Hey guys, this is Sharad with REsimpli, making a quick demo video on how to use e-sign feature in REsimpli. When you log in, the first thing you're going to do is go on the left menu, click on e-sign, and when you're logging in for the first time, it's going to say that you have no template. You're going to click on the plus button to upload a template. You can upload any PDF document, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Okay, it's going to take a couple of seconds for the page to load. Okay, once it's imported, you can add as many parties as you want that are going to need to sign the document. So let's say I'm going to make this for 2 parties, and then I'm going to put the date signed here, and I'm going to put any text field. For example, this would be my buyer name, and let's say this would be my seller name that I'm going to already pre-populate. And then you can do checkboxes, you can do text box, date field, radio button, checkboxes, several options, and there's some custom fields if you want to do like phone number, earnest money deposit, purchase price. But for this purposes, I'm just going to do the name and signature. So I'm going to go ahead and drag the signature. So I'll be the buyer in the I'll be the buyer in this case. Okay, then I'm going to go to party number 2, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to drag the seller signature field right here. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm just going to fill this information out. You can do initial, there's a bunch of different options you can do. I'm going to go ahead and save and close. So once you do that, then your template is going to show up here, PS agreement. Now you're going to have 3 options. Either you can delete it, you can edit it, or you can copy it. Copy it would be if you want to make another copy of the template. Let's say the one that you created only has 1 signature field for the seller. If you wanted to have, you have situations where you have multiple sellers like husband and wife signing. So rather than making changes to the template, what you can easily do is click on copy and then say 2-party PS agreement. Okay, so you can do this. All right. So it's going to upload. It's going to create a copy of the existing template. Okay, and then I'm going to add another party, so party number 3. And then what I'm going to do is, so all these signature fields are already here that I had populated. I'm going to do, in this case, party number 3, the second seller is going to sign here. So now I've created 2 templates. They're exactly the same. The only difference is the first one only has a template where there's only 1 seller. The second one is when they're husband and wife selling. So now that you've created the template, let's say if you want to use it, you go to the leads. You go into any of the leads. Let's say I'm going to go into this, and you'll click on this option for signature document, and you'll get a listing of your templates. So I'm going to select PS agreement. Okay, so I'm going to put my information here, simply.com, and I'm going to put Steve Smith, for example, at gmail.com, and I'm going to click on continue. Okay, so it's going to take me to the signature page, and over here I can fill some of the information out. For example, if I want to fill this out, I can pre-populate, so then seller doesn't have to fill this out. Okay, then if everything looks good, then what I'm going to do is, there are a couple of other options you can do. You can do an enforce signing sequence. So then what's going to happen is, party number 1 is going to get the document first. Once party number 1 has signed, only then the second party will get the document. Another thing you could have done is you could have added somebody as a CC. For example, what we do is we add a title company, then they're not signing anything, and we just select an option of CC view only. The enable in-person signing option is not active, even though it shows up here, but that's the data provider that we use, service that we use. They're updating this, but this is not active right now. And then we'll be adding an option where you can send an SMS link, but this is how you will basically set it up. Then you just click on send. Then it's gonna, you can change the subject line. You can change any email subject body. But let's say if everything looks good, you're gonna click on send, and you're gonna get this message once the document is sent. Your document has been sent successfully for e-signature. So I'm gonna pause the video here, and I'm gonna sign it on one email, then I'll show you what the email looks like on the other end. Okay guys, so I've signed the one side of it. Then what I'm going to do is, this is what the email looks like. It comes from REsimpli contracts, contracts at REsimpli.com, and this is what the email looks like. You can click on view document. It's going to open the document in a separate tab, and then you can click on the person who's signing, or click on next required field, but you can see all of these fields are already populated. They click on next required field, it'll take them to the signature option, and then they can select one of these pre-filled out signatures, or they can, even if they want to draw, they can do that. Let's say I'm gonna type this, I'm gonna use this one, sign, and then all they do is just click and confirm. Once that is done, we're going to go back into our section. We're going to go into e-sign document, and you'll see it says partially signed. It's already been executed. So this will update shortly, but when you go into the document, sometimes it takes a couple of seconds. So it says executed, and then you can see the entire document that it's been signed and saved right here. It has the stamp, and the last page is the signature certificate showing that it's legally binding, and then you have the folder timeline for the document, so you can see when it was created, when it was sent, when the first person signed it, when the second person signed it, so you can keep track of everything in the system. So this is how you use e-sign. And then one other thing, if you want to see a list of all the documents that you've sent for signature and what is their status, so this is all your templates, and then when you click over to document, it's going to show you a list of all the documents that you've sent out, and once it's completed, you get the status back as completed, and then you can click on view. But if it hasn't been signed, if you want to cancel it, then you can go ahead and cancel it also. So if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you so much.